Yeah. Hey everybody, my name is E-Double, their name is PJ Harvey. Let's go.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today I have the first episode of my brand new series. It's going to be the Barclays Premiership Team of the Week. This is going to be 11 players that I think personally played the best out of all the games that's going to be played. So I'm going to be watching every single game or the highlights of every single game. I'm going to be picking out the star man from each game, and I'm going to put them into an 11 and then make a squad builder around them. So of course, if you want to be a part of this series, just tweet me in or tell me some people for next week. So after you've watched Match of the Day, or if you've watched a certain game and you think they've played amazing, just tweet me at CJNovo92 and I'll definitely try and include them next week. But this first episode is going to be all my opinions, and it's going to be the goalkeeping position. That's going to be Begovic. Played brilliant for Stoke once again, helped them with another clean sheet for Stoke, 1-0 victory over, I think it was West Brom. Really, I kept Lukaku and Long and Odemwingie, people like that, all really quiet. Came out for a few corners as well, always clean hands, just picked the ball up and won them easily. Moving on to the next player, and that's going to be Stephen Whittaker. Ever since he's came back from injury and replaced, I think it was Martin that was playing right back for Norwich, there's been a massive gap covered, and he's doing it because he's got a lot of pace, and he's also adds a sort of attacking advantage as well for Norwich. Played brilliant again as they won 2-1. Very solid display. Didn't make too many mistakes. I think he was one of the star men in the Norwich side that day. Moving on to the next player, and that's going to be my first centre back, and that's going to be Daniel Agger. Of course, scored the winner, or should say scored the only goal of the game against Southampton. But it wasn't just because he scored a goal, lads. He also had a really good defensive. He was shouting at people to come back into space, really controlling the defence well, and played a really solid game for Liverpool. The next player is going to be Chico, the man I think won the game for Swansea. Even though Michu is of course going to get all the stats and accolades from his 2 goals, I think this guy, because Garundi had a chance, I think it was around the 80th minute, to run 1-on-1, and Chico stuck his leg out and just managed to get a touch on the ball. It was an absolute unbelievable slide tackle, and that's just completely changed the game because Michu went up and scored right after that. So my left back is going to be Leighton Baines, of course, Mr. Reliable for Everton. Always, I've got a feeling this is going to be the only time he's in the Team of the Week for me. Brilliant game as well for the Evertonians. He also was the one that assisted Fellaini cross the ball in, and Fellaini went in and latched a beautiful cross with I think it was a header. So yeah, really strong display. My first centre defensive midfield player is going to be Lucas, but before you go crazy, I was wanting Diame, of course the Senegalese man from West Ham, but someone's price fixed him, and I've realised that's going to happen a lot in this series, but I'm going to just try and work around it. The last time when I made the Senegalese squad builder, I got him for 15k, but he's up to 50k now, and there's no way I can pay that, lads, because if there is going to be an in form, I'm going to lose so much coin. So I've picked up Lucas because he had that horrible injury last season, but he's came back and he played 88 minutes for Liverpool, looked really sure on the ball and helped out defensively, and also of course kept the clean sheet as well. So I've put Lucas in there because he's sort of my backup to Diame, but of course he would be there instead. My next centre defensive midfield player is going to be Sandro. Really strong performance from the Brazilian again, sort of the unsung hero, never gets the real accolades. He's a bit like Scott Parker, but of course scored a lovely long shot, and that's not the only reason he was in there. Just his overall play as well, helped out with Tottenham in a really hard game against Fulham. My next player is going to be Juan Mata, of course. Absolute unbelievable he's playing so far this season. If anything happens to him, or if he gets injured or something like that, or gets banned for a few games, Chelsea's going to just free fall, I think, down the bottom of the league. Well, bottom of the league, I should say. Just doing a few spaces. He's like the reason they're only there, because he's by far their best player. Someone can just try and argue with me that. I've been watching him. He's always their centre backs. They just give him the ball. He like puts through Hazard and another. He also hit like a 30-yard free kick, which is unbelievable. Just unlucky, hit the post. My next centre attacking mid is of course going to be Wayne Rooney. Scored 2 goals, 1 penalty and 1 sort of tap-in. But it wasn't because of his goals. It was just because of his overall tracking back. A really solid display of that crazy game against Reading. He sort of just dropped back after I think Reading scored the 3rd goal, and because of that, they didn't get as much space, and he sort of took over the game from there and really helped out Robin van Persie during the game as well. My centre forward is of course going to be Michu. Unbelievable the way he took his 2 goals in the last 10 minutes there. For it just seemed so assured, and just the way he finished was like it wasn't even in the last couple of minutes of the game. So much pressure on him, and he just scored with ease. Only cost £2 million, lads, in real life, so that's an absolute bargain. Of course you'd get him in a centre forward position, but there's none in the marketplace right now. My striker's of course going to be Jermaine Defoe. Another great performance, scored another 2 goals today. Against, I think, yeah, it was against, let me just think for a second. It was against Fulham, of course, because it was Spurs playing Fulham. Another great 2 goals. I think he scored a beautiful goal against last week. So that's another great performance from Jermaine Defoe. Really solid as well. He's got to be an inform. I'm going to be really interested to see what his inform card is, along with Michu. So yeah, lads, this has been my team of the week. What is your best 11 of team of the week this week? Also, there was a game Newcastle as well. I had to wait to watch that, but nothing really impressed me there. Sort of poor game. It was just because of the red card sort of changed the game. But as always, I've been TJ Novo 92. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.